You got it all confused. You got the system all confused. Welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News this week. This is the rain edition.
Doggy edition.
Yeah.
It was rain.
So Jack's got to run on the computer, so all complaints go to Jack, right?
And Clay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clay's the
I
Well,
was one that
the
said
drama department. That's the drama
Yeah, he's
department.
handling the drama.
So let's thank our marketing partners. Who we got, Jack? Let's thank GAC, Great American Company. Can't thank those guys for being with us for a long time there. What you gotta do is click the next one. Papa John's. Thank Papa John's for providing pizza every week. I never get tired of pizza, Jack. Pepperoni.
Glad you know.
Papa John's
I eat all
pepperoni
of
every week for years and years on end.
I ate it all.
Papa John's. Use your 25% off on your online orders. Dotson 25 on your online orders. Slinger Speed Company, Tim Brown. Tim Brown. Thanks, Tim, for our shirts that Jack's wearing. I come light this week. I didn't bring anything. Bonders Brothers Distillery. Thank those guys for being with us and supporting us all this time. MPM Marketing, Tony McAllister, thank you for helping us with our racing suit this year. I see Chris Bechtel had a suit on this week. I thought he was going to be in Victory Lane. If it had been a normal race, he might have had it. But it was kind of weird because, like, there's a couple stints there. I don't know if he was just riding or it looked like he wasn't as fast as those guys. And then caution come out, and then it's like he was just as fast as those guys. So it was kind of
Well, that was a perfect win. I'm sorry.
sure, like nobody.
We'll talk about that in a minute. So,
Langley Speedway, thanks to Terry, Bill, Chuck for allowing us to do the show from here. Greatly appreciated. Making Langley Speedway our home. Pepsi, Mountain Dew is mine and Jack's drink of choice.
still waiting to find one for Adam.
Oh yeah, what's your drink of choice?
That tastes great, man.
Well, why don't you? Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Mosquito Joe's.
Now, Adam had Bad Dog up here with him the other night in the booth.
Qualifying.
Yeah, for qualifying.
Mosquito Joe Poe qualifying. Yep.
Right, we had him up here. And he's talking about, Mosquito Joe, get 50% off all that stuff.
Mhm.
I started to send Adam a message.
What are you jumping for?
You seen a ghost?
Did you see him?
Did you see a ghost?
I'm waiting for something to pop off here.
Something jumped to the window.
Mosquito Joe.
Yeah.
And I was going to send Adam a message and say, look, we're also part of that. If you say Dodson race or Jack Dodson, you get a
50% off on your first month of service.
I started sending that, and then I said, no, I'm not going to do that, Dad.
It might be favoritism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it.
He didn't. Mad Dog couldn't stay too long, man. He had to go.
I said to work on what fun things
Couple
are.
cars had issues and said, all right, man.
Southampton Motor Speedway. Fast Eddie's Barbecue. I had some barbecue. I had some Southland barbecue last night and for dinner. Southland barbecue pretty good. It's not Fast Eddie's Barbecue.
Eddie was busy this weekend. For the weekend.
Well, yeah, he was up in the
Oh,
mountains.
so he's right. But he stayed on all fours, I think, this time though.
Yeah.
That was his goal.
You know what? But you know what? We got to get him at the barbecue again.
S&M Communications, Brian Morehouse, thanks, man. We always greatly appreciate all your support over the years. We got airlock for your magnetized piece to hold the air hose to your helmet. It's great to have carbon fiber, and they have plastic mold.
And if Denny Hamlin had that on week before last, he wouldn't have been so miserable.
He could have just got it close because you can have them pretty like 6-8 inches apart, and it'll just clip back together, or the magnets will pull them back together. Factory canopies, I think Todd Davis factory canopies. Another thing that Chris got now, he's got his chairs from factory canopies and his fire suit that we've got. So Chris is completely done.
Praise the Lord. We only went half the season this year.
Miles of Seamless Gutter, man, I can't think enough. We can't praise Miles enough. for putting up the money for our silly ideas, and putting up the money, and then also, next year we're going to give $5,000 away again. We don't know if it's going to be one person or 5 people, and we're kind of working on some other stuff in the background. I think fire suit is still going to be in the works. We're working on some other things, so we'll keep us aboard, or whatever. Langley Speedway, 75 years.
Isn't it big? I mean, that's really cool.
75
I
years.
couldn't let that go. I had to,
I mean,
that's pretty cool. All right, let's talk about some news. Oh, wait a minute. We got one more. We didn't even think about this one.
Line Performance Fuels. Hey man, I mean the fuel must be working because Sammy's on a roll. Was he 3 in a row now?
No,
2 of the last 3.
Two of the last
I haven't
3.
got one of them.
Landon, 1 car.
That's right, in between there. But he's got, was he 3 on the season or 4 on the season?
3 out of 6, I think.
So
So they run
50-50.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't tested.
The fuel.
They haven't tested the fuel
They
yet.
haven't tested the fuel yet. Yeah, it's hot.
It's pending.
Yeah. May or may not pass today.
Still undecided. We'll keep everybody posted.
I know Sammy keeps saying that. He's like, I wish somebody would protest this. Like he said, please do protest Sammy Gator. He wants the money, or he needs the money.
I bet he
Go
does.
ahead.
All right, let's talk about some news from this weekend.
Man, there's a bunch of news this week, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Cup Series. Denny Hamlin got the win. In the Truck Series, Stuart Friesen got the win. I mean, he come on there at the end of the race, and I wasn't expecting him to be there at the end, and he got the win, which is pretty big. And how about on the ARCA Series this week in Michigan? Butterbean did it again.
Man, he is on fire.
He held off the man. Let me tell you right now.
Yes.
He did.
The boy came in there as a substitute. Well, Heim almost was Heim time, man.
I mean, and
I was nervous.
Corey is like the hottest thing ever right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he is hot, right?
Oh, he's getting all the publicity as far as this is going here and this is going there. I mean, he's getting a lot of publicity for it. So for Butterbean to get him and beat him, that was pretty big deal. I mean, all the way around. So,
We're getting ready to go to a short track.
yeah, they won 2 short
Eddie
tracks.
says he'll bring some barbecue to trade for shirts. When we get the shirts,
We'll
no
talk.
doubt, Fast Eddie will get some shirts.
Well, I got a couple right now if he wants to come on over.
We'll be here for an hour, Eddie. Come on.
There it is, Chris Bechtel.
Says Adam needs to drink Pepto-Bismol sitting there between you guys.
Yeah, really.
All right, down in Florence, and Matt Cox got the late model win down there. Mobile in the pro late model division for Show Me the Money race.
Okay.
Casey Roderick got the win.
Mm.
I mean, he was driving for some guy that I never heard of, and I'm not sure how much he heard about it, but he was driving for him and got the win. Down at Sobo, Peyton Sellers got late model race number 1. Trevor Ward got race number 2. Lane Woods won the limited race. Down at Bowman Gray, I don't know what to tell you what's going on at Bowman Gray. There's a lot of stuff going on down
I mean, there was protesting the other week. We were just talking about that before. We haven't heard the.
And there was some argument going on this week, so I'm not really sure what all was.
Well, that's
There
typical.
was protesting this week, too, I think.
Oh, really?
Bert's car, yeah. Or his engine.
Well, I think last week I know somebody what's his name?
Chris Fleming.
Yeah.
Chris Fleming protested last week.
Was it Chris?
Yeah. He wanted to see it. But anyway, Burt Myers got the modified win in the first race. Mike Spinney got the win in the second race. In the sportsman race, Sterling Clemens got the win in the first race, and Chase Robertson got the win in race number 2. Down at Ace, Dylan Harwell got the late model win. The limited late models, Colby Fogelman, another Fogelman. I mean, I think there's more Fogelmans than there are people.
Tate's brother.
Yes,
Is it?
and Jay's son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, for the younger crowd out here, Jay was kind of the man back in the 90s.
Well, I got a Jay Fogelman trivia question. Who? Well, I told you who it is.
See what we're working with, Adam?
You told me backwards. Yeah.
Anyway, Jay Fogelman was the first late model driver to win a race at Southampton when it turned asphalt.
Oh.
He won the first race.
I thought you were going to say
Were you in
Southern
that race?
National. He
You
got
won that race?
DQ'd. He did win, but he got DQ'd.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. All right. At Dominion, Chase Johnson got 2 wins in the AR American Racer Limited Late Model, whatever they call them guys up there. Charlie Bills got the win in Legends. Wake County, Landon Huffman got race win number 1 in the first race. Carson Hayslip got the win in the second race, and Shelton Clay got the win in the Carolina Pro Late Model Series. That was a big win for him. Also, our girl Phoenix Kimball made her first race in a late model this past weekend.
Good for her.
What she told me was I didn't do very well, but
Got to start somewhere.
I was there. That was the good thing. Dixieland in the Sport Compact, Ryland Lindsay. Well, you were down there. Forgot about that. Super Street, Kevin Bray. Late models, Billy Hubbard. Sportsman, Larry Jackson. Down at Hickory, Michael Baumgartner in the late models, Aiden King in the limiteds. And for our pit road roundup with our pit road announcer. Well, no, you won't pit road announcer this week. You won't pit road announcer.
He was the man this week.
Honorary announcer this week. Langley, we had 5 races that were pretty good this weekend. Didn't get all 6 in, but
No.
that's okay. It was a pretty good night without the 6th race. I mean, if you're going to have a rain shortened night, want to have it on that like that.
Yeah.
U-Cars, Jason Auckland got his first win. Shout out to Jesse Jones. We just saw him.
Yeah.
Good for those guys to get another win. Sammy Gata. Well, Robbie Morris got himself another win. 3rd of the year.
Who?
Robbie Morris, he works on the race car.
Robbie Parker.
Oh, Parker.
Yeah, had me confused.
What did I get more?
I was saying, oh, wait a minute now. Where did Robbie Morris go over there and help him?
I pulled Morris out.
One of many.
The Pro 6, Andrew Roten got another win. He's got 2 on the year now. Old Tommy Spencer's car.
Mm-hmm. It'll be hard to beat.
And yeah. Super Trucks, Louis Pasteritz Sr. got the win in his only start of the year. Commanders Cup race night.
How cool is that, there, right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be really emotional to.
And I was watching the race the other night, and I saw him get out of the car, and I know he was emotional as I don't know what when he got out of that car. He had to be.
Oh yeah.
But when he laid on that hood, you know, his son's picture's on the hood. When he laid in on that hood, that's it for me. I mean, that's huge. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it meant that much to him.
Absolutely. Right.
So,
I mean,
Bill, one of our track photographers, got a picture of him.
And
Looking at
get,
the truck.
and Louis will be with us next week. He's going to come on the show next week. So,
Cool deal, man.
I told him
I
I'd
was
like.
like, he's doing a remote almost.
Yeah, he's doing remote because he's not from around here,
I didn't think so.
and so we'll do a remote with him. So that's
Chris says he's working on the Pro 6, so Adam can stop making fun of him.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. After this weekend, there might not be much more making fun of Chris.
so he was there.
He was there.
He was there. He was on the way.
Yeah, no, it looked good.
All right.
Dude, late model.
And then in the late
Oh.
models, some kid named Riley Music. I think you heard of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He got the
he's
win.
got a little
He
history.
Smoked him, man. Smoked him.
I tell you, I didn't say it, and I didn't repeat this earlier, but you know, I talked to his group down there at Cars Tour, and they were so confident in the car. They qualified 5th, I think 5th or 6th, I think, at the
Somewhere
Cars
there.
Tour.
They were running fifth.
And I mean, look, man, a little mom and pop team, just like Matt and those guys, all our local guys, to compete with those guys that do this for a living, that's a big deal, right? And they were super, super confident in the car.
They went back to the old car. I didn't even realize that. This was the car that he raced in the Cars Tour. Was his old car
Yeah.
with the
Right.
old paint scheme on it. I totally didn't even
So
realize that.
he said he wouldn't bring that other car back out again.
That car's on hold for good reason, man. I mean,
But, you know, tore it up at the Cars Tour.
yeah, brought it back.
Wasn't
here.
too bad. Come back here, sat on the pole, and won his first race. I mean, winning a late model race is a big deal, especially your first one. Especially the pressure that's got to be sort of on him for
Yeah.
you know his family history. And I know Anthony. I seen Anthony had post. Anthony Warren, his uncle, posted he got the spot for him for that. It just happened to be here. It's got to be a cool memory, you know, that you can't You can never redo,
He's got a
right?
lot of first-time wins out here, but that one's probably the best so far. And his mom got to give him a checkered flag.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
I'm give a shout out to Cole as well. Cole was quick in the 31. He and Riley were on the front row, and Danny and Greg were on row 2. And I was like, boys, I said it on the broadcast. I said, don't look now. Here come 13 track championships, and they did a great job, man. I mean, that was fun to watch.
Yeah, no, for sure. Very cool moment.
All right, let's get ready to get Brandon on here, and we'll.
Hello, I'm Brian Morehouse, Director of Marketing for S&N Communications Incorporated. I'd like to welcome you to this week's show of Jack Dodson'S Inside Racing News with Scott Allen and Adam Wilbrock.
Do what?
It'll cut off.
You did good,
So you don't have to hit it again.
You did good, buddy.
It'll just play.
I ain't gonna worry about it. I got too many people up here running too many things for me, Brandon. I'm about tired of it already. So,
Technology will always let you down.
You got any openings for a marketing person? I mean, he's for hire.
Maybe. I don't know if they want to relocate over your way or not, but I heard the beach is really nice this time of year.
well, Brandon, we got the upcoming Triple Crown stuff going on. Your group is the first one on board. So tell us a little bit what all you got planned for Triple Crown weekend.
Oh, man. Well, I think we got to start with our big announcement today that includes you all, by the way. Worked with NASCAR and Flow Racing to put together an elevated Triple Crown championship. A lot of hard work went into it, and a lot of support from Flow Racing and NASCAR. $20,000 Triple Crown champion, and I think that's going to really incentivize the drivers to come out and run South Boston and Langley as well to try to get that money. I think that's a super exciting deal. It's going to be, nothing but exciting for the fans as well. So we've already had some driver entries flowing through from that announcement, which is pretty cool. And we're all hands on deck. We're 3 weeks out from the race, and we've got a lot of really cool stuff planned. It's going to be a super event. Thousands and thousands of people here at South Boston Speedway, and we can't wait.
I mean, it's really good that how these 3 tracks, South Boston, Langley, Martinsville, have done this, and now Flow's come in here and put money into it. It's really cool that this is going on, and these three tracks are working well together to create a big thing for the local guys.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's a big deal. It's a big deal because we're not only paying the $20,000 to the champion; it's incentivized all the way down to 10th. We've only ever paid out to third place and $1,000 to third place. Now, if you run all 3 races, you're eligible. It's 10,000 for second, 7,500 for third, and all the way down to 10th place, you're getting at least $1,000. And I think we had 9 drivers at Martinsville who were eligible for the Triple Crown bonus last year when it was all said and done, and then 3 paid out. So really cool to see this elevated NASCAR on the content side, on the marketing side, the messaging side has been super, and we've got a lot of really cool stuff planned leading into this race.
And I think that is so cool that you guys are doing that, or that's come together, because you see some of these races, and for the racers, and the winner gets a big check, and second place gets a little bit, and then it just kind of dwindles down. So I love that the second place get 10 grand, and it's decent of money for the next couple of guys.
Yeah, me too. And when I came in last year, Thunder Road Harley Davidson, just for our race, for example, Van Pierce, added money to the back end of our purse as well through the field. So we wanted to, we always hear about the economics of racing and stuff, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of the small budget teams, the midfield teams, and everybody in between. So those are just some really cool things that we want to keep drivers and cars coming to the track, incentivizing them to do well. And we're seeing it here with our car counts, our action, and we've had arguably some of the best racing that I've ever seen here. this season.
How much do you and Bill, and I guess Clay too, I mean, I'm not really sure how much he's involved in, but how much do you all get together and talk about things as far as what the tracks are doing and how y'all can help each other out?
Well, I've got a great relationship with both of them. Through this Triple Crown championship bonus structure process. We've talked a lot as a group, more so than the three of us together ever have, which is really cool. You can tell, and I don't need to tell you this, that Clay and Bill are so passionate about grassroots racing by how much effort and time and money and support that they put in to their facilities and doing things like this and putting the work in to get these championship bonuses and things like that. Clay was on the morning drive this morning, so I can't say that we talk as much as I would like, because if Bill and I get on the phone, we won't stop. Like, it'll just go like it'll take up all day if we get rolling. So no, Bill's great. No, I can't wait to have both of them here at the track. And then go to Langley to support the Hampton Heat, and then to Martinsville to support the Valley Star 300. Y'all know I'm doing your social media at Langley, right?
Wouldn't have it any other way. But
Yeah, I heard.
That's right. I come out of retirement once a year just for you guys.
There you go.
Well, hey, that's cool. We're glad.
The only day of our whole schedule we have somebody on social media.
So Brandon, I'm curious. You're kind of young compared to me and Jack. Adam's probably your age. Who do you look to for advice on things that you're looking to do or wanting to do? I mean, certainly we need new ideas and new people and younger people to come in.
Sure.
So who do you lean on for advice, and then what kind of ideas do you think we need in the sport?
Well, number one, I've got two wonderful people to lean on, and that's Nick Igdowski and Kathy Rice. Kathy Rice right here in town, legendary, of course. You say the name Kathy Rice, you don't need to really say anything else. And she's always there. I don't think I've ever called her that she's not answered her phone. So I bounce ideas off of her, ask her for advice. Kathy, how did you do this? Kathy, I ran into this issue. How did you handle it? And she always walks me through it as best as she possibly can, and I can't be more thankful. Nick, Igdowski and that family, Nick specifically owning this racetrack, it's the same deal. Nick is 2 weeks out from his Cup Series race, and he's answering the phone and talking through stuff with me leading into our race. So those are the two big ones that I lean on for advice always. But also here at the track, I mean, Jeff Bomar and Jenny Morris. Jenny worked under Jenny worked under Kathy for 10 years. She knows the facility. Jeff knows everything about everything here. So there's two wonderful people right here day to day that I talk to. In terms of ideas, I'm a social media guy. I'm a marketing guy, and that's what we're trying to do is to produce. And we're not quite there yet. We're doing well, but we're trying to put together content plans that invest our fans to our racers. And you can see that through the stuff that we're doing with the point standings graphics and the photos and the highlight packages and the stuff we are doing with our sponsors. Me personally, and you guys know this, staff and resources are thin on a day-to-day basis and at the racetrack. So you got to find ways to market digitally in this space with limited resources. And I think that's the biggest challenge that we face on a day-to-day basis is limited staff, and people who may not have that background to market in a way that is new, exciting, and all this stuff.
You do a great job down there, but you've been there for a couple of years now, what, 2-3 years, whatever?
Oh, man, you're going on 2 years, about a year and a half.
Okay, so you've been there a little while now. What are some of the things that you've run into that you were not expecting, and what were some of the surprises that you really are glad you run into?
Oh man, how long you got? I run into something little. I run into something little every single day. Following Chase Brashears and Chase having a fire and safety competition background, me having a completely different different background. I think it was more of the getting up to speed on processes, and I have to say, in some certain areas, like I mean, you're just never going to quite get there or a place that you want to. Um, Whether it's around the facility, like running a track, you know, jumping in the tractor and doing that type of stuff. You know, Jeff and Jim outside, like they do that. That's not my background. Um, you know, learning how to and talk to sponsors honestly, because I never led sponsorship marketing and partnerships efforts until I came here, and learning how to, you know, sell sponsorships and be a, you know, a front facing guy to all of our partners. That was a process too that I had to jump in and had to do it, and it was trial by fire, and learned a whole lot about that and what our partners need and what makes them happy.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to jump into. You know, haven't done it in a little while to get back into it and do it like that and take over a whole racetrack. That's unbelievable.
It's been fun, man. It's a wonderful opportunity. It's a wonderful place. It's a legendary place, and I feel so lucky to, you know, for Nick to have picked me of all people to do it, and it's simply fantastic. It's a challenge. It's hard. I'm still here at the office doing work. We're 2.5 weeks away from our biggest event of the year, and you just do what you got to do.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Do we have a car count yet for?
I think it just went out.
Yeah, we put our entry form out last week, and we just sent another competitor email out today regarding the new Triple Crown bonuses, stuff like that. We already have 15 cars signed up, maybe 16 if I check my email, and that's 3 weeks out from the event. So I'm really confident that we could verge on 40. I think that would be a super number. I think we had somewhere in the range of 34, 35 last year. Hopefully that with this, you know, championship bonus, it'll incentivize some folks that may be on the fence about running Sobo. Hey, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go after this Triple Crown money and prestige. So we wanted to get this out early enough to where teams who were thrashing on their cars. I know I'll just tell you, I was messaging Mark Wirtz today. It's like, how's it coming, man? You coming? You coming? So you know, getting having our guys come run with you all at Langley, and having your guys come and run with us, and making it, you know, something to where we can highlight not only our drivers, but the folks that run weekly at Langley if they choose to come to Sobo, and vice versa. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't see where the money is not going to help drive this to make it a bigger event.
Sure, it can't hurt. We know how expensive things are, and you know, we wanted to do something that that rewards the racers, and then in turn, when the racers show up, it rewards the fans.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes you'll have a guy that runs Langley and Sobo, right, and they may not probably have a chance at winning the Triple Crown, and sometimes may decide not to go, right? But
Right.
I think this might incentivize them because they know they have a pretty good shot at a decent extra paycheck. So it may incentivize those guys to go.
Exactly, and it's a, you know, it's a prestige and pride thing too. You know, to represent the Commonwealth and do something really cool, and hopefully we get a couple of Langley guys to run, and hopefully a couple of our folks have a good run here, feel confident in their Triple Crown chances, and come run with you guys as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, we can't wait till that day gets here for the first round of the Virginia Triple Crown. Hopefully, I'll be able to make it up there and see that race.
Come on,
And,
let us know, man. We'll put you on the list. I think you might be already on the list anyway. You'll get in. You'll get in. Don't worry. We
All
won't
right.
leave you out at the back gate.
Well, I appreciate that.
I got $5 if you do.
Anyway,
Oh man.
it'll be great, and then I can't wait to see you then. And then when you come out here to Langley, we'll be glad to see you out here as our special.
Absolutely. We're excited. I mean, I got to get the sponsorship plug right in. You know, Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200 tickets, $20 right now online. Go to southbostonspeedway.com. $25 at the gate, and of course kids 12 and under are free. So it's a great value for a huge night of racing. We got a massive fireworks show afterwards, an elevated pre-race. We've got with NASCAR and Flow support, Blake McCandless is coming out to help announce. James Pike, our guys Kyle and Scott, and our just the whole production is going to be next level this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the flow racing and everything, it means so much to the local racers, and I'm glad you got it. We're glad Langley's got it. It's a big deal.
I think so too, and we use that. We take a lot of pride on our broadcast, and I know you guys do too. But it's also a marketing tool for us. I mean, I know that the argument is, well, some people may stay home and watch it on Flow. That might be true, but we also introduce it to a lot of people that may want to come and see the race after they watch it there. And then we can also use that content to market our events and do some really cool stuff with it too. So it all kind of works together, and we're really thankful for Flow and what they do, and for putting their money and time behind the Triple Crown this year.
Yeah, God told me a long time ago, if you don't change for the future, you become part of the past.
That's right. I remember I fell in love with racing watching it on TV. I didn't grow up like going to the local short track per se. I was watching Rusty and Dale and Mark and Ricky Rudd on CBS and TNN and ESPN. And that made me want to go to the track. So it was just, that's how it worked for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Brandon, we appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. You got a lot going on down there, so hopefully we'll see you real soon.
Hopefully we will, man. Just let us know. Come on out to Sobo June 28th, Thunder Road Harley Davidson 200. We can't wait.
All right, man. Well, we'll be out. We'll try our best to get there.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. We'll talk to you again real soon.
See you soon.
All right, now.
But man, where else can you go for $20 and get 2 to 5 hours of entertainment?
First class racing. I mean, you're talking about some of the best
Absolutely
short track guys around.
That place is quick, man. I went there for the limited race a few weeks ago, and man, they haul the mail around there.
Yeah.
It is breathtaking.
But I mean, for the consumer, right? The guys that come and sit in the stands and spend their hard-earned money on this place, $20 and kids get in free, which is a big deal sometimes when you bring like little shits like him over that
But you're too old, you wouldn't get in free.
sometimes will determine the difference between coming to the racetrack and not, right? When you have a few kids, you hate to spend $20 a piece on these kids that don't care about the racing. They're gonna go play around. But when they get in for free and you just got to pay for yourself, that it certainly makes it a lot easier on a parent to come out,
Yeah, if they can get 40 cars, man, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now. And go up on race day, so make sure you get them early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony posted on there and says he's been part of winning some big races, but that right there, that was up there with the Hampton Heats that he's won, the Cup races that he's won, and just because he's like one of my own kids. I mean, it really isn't. I'm kind of partial to the Warrens, so I've known those guys. I've known Phil and Barbara since I was 16, 17, out here working on late models back in the day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the floodgates open.
Yeah, I think so too.
He said the first one's the hardest, man. That's what happened.
What's up, Crystal? Crystal, man, she set her balls up on the dash this weekend.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Our imitation balls.
Let me tell you what.
Maybe she put Sparky's balls on the dash.
Well, whoever's there were at work, man. Do it again.
I'm gonna tell you what. She was driving that car, and I mean, when she comes to 2, 3, and 4, that thing was completely sideways.
I can hear it up here.
And I'm thinking, man, oh man, look at her go. And
They were screaming, man.
I was hoping we'd like to see her.
What's up, Bill Wallace? Thank you, man. We appreciate everything you do here at Langley Speedway and allowing us to do here. He said, well said, Brandon. Raymond Hayes, Flow Racing is the best.
The best.
Randy said Sparky's. Well, at least her hand wasn't full. Yeah, I mean, Sparky's small, so I mean, they gotta be small.
Well, hey, they work, man.
A couple acorns.
Go get it.
He said hers are bigger.
Thanks. We're going to get us a win suit.
Yeah, I think
Oh, hers are better.
man.
I love giving them a hard. Sparky, like I love Sparky, but he's an easy target. Like he's easy to
Sparky's
mess
fun.
with, right?
Yeah, Sparky's a good time. He's racing 100 laps this weekend, man.
That's cool.
Limited, they're going for 100 laps on Saturday, the 14th. So got the work cut out for him there.
Yeah. Pace yourself. Save tires.
Keep it underneath you. Save some pretty in.
Who we got up for that next there, Jack?
It's supposed to be Corey and Brian Brantley is supposed to be coming on.
Rookie sensation.
Yeah, Corey, rookie.
Rookie in the Super Streets.
Yeah, he's a rookie in Super Street. And Brian, his dad.
Mm-hmm.
We raced against each other.
In 19 what?
See, I'm not going to get into all that conversation.
At Southampton.
Yeah, that's Southampton.
I mean, that was when it was just dirt and they had to graze it, a tractor out there. It was a farm.
They still do that at Dixieland.
Dirt track racing. You might want to handle that for me. I don't
Dirt
know.
track is
It's got 17.
17 something? You want to keep going?
Crystal 16. Oh, you guys want to run this weekend, man. I haven't done my homework, can you tell?
Boom,
Back-to-back weekend.
Corey. You see Corey's up there? He says he's in here, but I don't see him in here.
It won't be here.
You're not coming this weekend?
He ain't either.
Why not?
My birthday.
You're not going to spend your birthday at the racetrack?
I'll be at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I tried to talk him
Come
into
to
it.
the racetrack and then go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We got one right up the road. We got one about 15 minutes from here.
What the hell?
Or you could go there and then come to the racetrack. They'll probably be closed.
What do you know? Speak to text. You ain't got no damn speak to text, Jack. I can't. Oh, wait a minute, here we go.
Don't blow her head up too big if
Only
you listen to a crew chief.
Well, crew chief can only do so much.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Whoever was the crew chief in the car the other night,
Bring that person
they
back.
did a good job.
Got through to her that night.
But anyway, let's go back to Brian Bradley. Yeah, Brian and I used to race in the mini stock division at Southampton on dirt.
14 and 14.
And
They had cars back then. Did he win that over there?
yeah, he won a few races over there.
You did.
I imagine Corey will win a race out here sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe not this year, but I think if they stick at it next year.
There we go.
Quick.
Who we got? Oh, Bradley Racing. Here we go.
Look at that.
Let's add him to the stage.
Bring him on down.
When Jack said he raced with him, that probably
He was on track at the same time.
Right. But I mean, it makes sense why they're struggling.
Hey Jack, this is Robbie Parker, your favorite driver. And everybody out there, you're watching the Jack Dodson Show with the Scott Allen and Adam Wilbrock.
I hit the wrong damn button. Man. All right, guys, how you doing?
Was he here that night that Robbie Parker lapped you twice in one lap?
Do you remember Robbie Parker, Brian?
Absolutely, raced against him.
I know.
Southampton
Jack,
when it was asphalt.
He didn't race.
We
But,
used to race
you know,
together when it was dirt.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is, when we went asphalt there at Southampton, he started telling everybody he lapped me twice in one lap. He's so full of it, he don't know what to do. He is a known liar. So, I mean, I just want to put that out.
Yeah, you got to watch what he's telling you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really wanted to get both you guys on here tonight. I mean, Brian, I remember racing with you at Southampton. Me and my brother both raced with you, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a blast.
Wasn't it something that was cool to see? I hate to see it go asphalt, though.
Yeah, I wish I'd have kept it dirt.
Yeah, me too. I think it would have been better.
And I
Well,
wish
Corey, it looks like you got everything going on good out here this year. You're picking up every week.
Yeah, we've been kind of throwing some things at it, trying some stuff here and there, but we've been doing some top fives, which is pretty cool being a rookie there. Feel like we're making big strides with trying to keep up.
Well, I think you're really beginning to, you're getting it closer and closer to the front all the time. So I think you're doing a good job. So tell me how much Brian helps you out there. I mean, I know he's got it, he won a bunch of races, so I know he's helping you out a lot.
Oh yeah, he's the man. He
okay.
he's he does a lot of work on the car because we keep the car at his house and everything, so it helps out having a garage. So he's out there quite a bit working on it, turning wrenches.
Well, getting older and got more miles on me, it's a little harder now than it used to be.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
And my
Jack
daughter and her husband drag race, so we go and watch them run. So that keeps us pretty busy.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't. It come down here and have to keep up with Corey too. I mean, you got a lot on your itinerary there.
Yep, especially for old fat man.
Well, Brian, tell us. I mean, back in the day when we were at Southampton, and these guys over here, they don't know nothing about no.
We were all chasing hog bear.
Yeah, we sure were. He was awesome.
There was one race that we had to restart, and I was going to make sure I bumped him in the butt just a little bit to let him know I was back there. But as soon as I did, he took off, and then I just had to wave him back. He was gone.
Oh, he was awesome in his day back there. I mean, it was so much fun to.
Yeah, he
that's
had
what
the
everybody
record for
lived.
so many wins for I don't know how long.
But that's what everybody lived for back in the day at Southampton. I mean, we all couldn't wait to get there on a Friday or Saturday night, whatever the racing was, and I mean, it was a big family atmosphere. Even though I hated losing to you guys a lot, but anyway, it was pretty good fun though.
Oh yeah, racing against my brother back in the day too. He was there.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yep, that pink 42.
Yep, I remember it now. I didn't even think about it.
And then when he went to asphalt, he put a Mustang body on the Pinto and called it the Mustang.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I got to race against my brother and my son. And
so you raced against Corey?
Absolutely, in the dirt.
Okay. All right, Corey. I'm gonna ask you a question.
There we go. All right.
I'm gonna ask you a question. This is what you call the $65,000 question.
I do it for $100.
He already did.
You knew exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Yep,
I know.
He got me.
I did it for free.
Now, would you return the favor to him?
No, I was working on the cars too much.
Yeah, I understand that.
He was a lot younger then.
Oh yeah.
So Corey, how hard has it been to get your handle on these cars here at Langley on the asphalt? How hard has it been for you?
Man, it's been different. The car, I've just been over driving it quite a bit because dirt you're driving into, you pretty much see God. You just drive it in as hard as you can and throw it in there. But this, I was definitely driving in a few car lengths too deep and learning that slower is faster there for sure, being so flat and everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a different. You definitely have to. It's like an easier drive, easier but hard, but easier to drive the faster you go.
For sure.
Brian, did you do a lot of asphalt racing after Southampton closed down? I mean, I kind of lost touch with everybody then. So,
well, to be truthful with you, I run for Southside for quite a few years, and I run Langley a handful of times, but I never could get the car to handle. I even run Manassas. I went to South Boston, of course, Southampton when it went back to asphalt. East Carolina, I tried that. And they talk about Southside being the toughest track to get around. No, East Carolina's pretty tough. When you come out of 2, there was asphalt and then there was concrete on the very inside. If you weren't on that concrete, your car was going to brush that wall. It was tough.
Brian, who were some of the guys? And I don't put me in it because these guys here will laugh. But anyway, who was your car?
Was your car number 22?
Yes, sir.
That one you laughed every time.
No, I don't remember that, but I remember you. And Jeff was 90, and then he went to a number 9, correct?
Yes.
My memory's not as bad as I thought. Okay, I got.
Okay.
How about Neil Steele?
Oh, Neil Steele.
Man. He was a lot of fun.
I talk to him every now and then now, and he's just like he always is. He's just as crazy as he can be.
Oh yeah, I see him on Facebook every so often. He puts a lot of stuff up. But of course, we raced against old Hollinsworth, old Hog Bear, Neil Mitchell, Winky Futrell.
Oh yeah.
I think Winky has passed on. I think.
No, Winky's still around.
Is
He
he?
lives right? Yeah, he's not far from me. He lives right down the road from me.
Because the way it was wrote one time, I thought he passed. Well, that's good to hear.
Well, I know he's had some real health problems, and but he's still around.
Oh, right. And then we run against Kendall Barnes, Rick Karn, Jay Williams, and Keith Edwards. He raced dirt and asphalt. Because to tell you the truth, the first time I saw those three cars, it was 92, 93, and 94. They came from...
Was it Brinkleyville?
Yeah, Brinkleyville. And I saw donuts on all those cars on both sides, up and down. I'm like, man, we're in for it. I said, them some rough driving jokers. But then come to find out their track was so small, that's the only way they could get around the track. You're going to rub and push. But they did well. They didn't lean on anybody, nothing. A lot of fun to race against them. I think some of them last name was Barham, something like that.
Yep. I remember. I can't think of it. Tommy Barham.
Okay. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were a lot of fun to drive against.
Those years in those mini stocks, we were talking about it the other day. Me and Jeff were talking about it, and it's really cool that how those guys. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Everybody every now and then we get a little mad with everybody, but you got out of it real quick, and everybody seemed to help each other as much as they could.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
most tracks are like that. Most tracks, if you have a problem, you'll see them come and try to help.
Yeah.
And in turn, if we see somebody and we can help them, we're hollering, hey, you need a hand? And that's the way it should be.
Exactly right. Well, Corey, what's the season like the rest of the year? You ready to go out there and get a win the rest of the year?
Man, we're going to try. It's a tight division. I didn't realize how close everybody was. I think from first to about 10th or 11th has been about maybe 4 or 5 tenths, I think, around there. It's crazy, man. It's a very competitive class.
Well, it is that. So look, but you're doing better every weekend. It's coming real soon. You're gonna get there real soon.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, we're pulling for you.
Oh yeah,
and Brian, thank you so much for being on tonight, man. I really appreciate you coming on here. I've been trying to. I told Corey last time I had him on, I was gonna get you on here. So
I'll give a shout out to my buddy Everett Harris. He's the one who helped me through the years. It was pretty much me and him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, good.
He's had some health problems, so it's kind of slowed him down.
Well, do you miss being in a race car as much as I know you're working on them.
I haven't been in a car since 2016.
Well, I think
to tell you the truth, it's not like it used to be. I'm not 30 anymore.
Well, that's true. That's very true.
63. 63 is not like 33.
You got that right. A whole lot away from it. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's hard to get in and out of the car sometimes.
It's hard to get in and out of a car, a regular car sometimes for me. So I guess we're a pretty good deal. Brian, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Corey, we appreciate it. We get that win. We're going to get you back on here again, and we're going to talk again.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Talk to you later. Appreciate it, man.
Y'all take care.
Thank you.
There you go. That's I knew I'm sitting here when I'm looking for it. I know he's watching me.
Pressure's on, man.
All right, I see you got Mike sitting there ready to go. That's
Eddie Clark sent a picture of you, Jack. He said this was a picture of Jack in his early days of racing Southampton.
Did Eddie take that picture? Couple of horses.
Hello, I'm Rick Pouse, driver of the number 9 Super Truck at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, and you're watching Jack Dodson Racing Insider News with Scott Allen and Adam Wellbrook. Enjoy.
Meant to push.
That's the one I was trying to get to last time, and somehow I ended up.
Naturally, he went to Robbie Parker.
Yeah,
I think it was like coincidence.
That's not a
subliminal message.
Mike Wells, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing wonderful. I tell you what, it's good to see you. I see you back in the race car again. I know you're enjoying yourself now.
Yeah, man. Been doing it 25 years. I've stopped a couple times, and I decided this year we were gonna get back in it. And still don't race every weekend. I race about every other weekend. But yeah, it's nice to get back in it and just focus on the race car instead of other things, you know, like racetracks that you have to run. So
that had to be a big burden to run the racetrack like you did down there at Brinkleyville or whatever you want to call it, Halifax. But I mean, that was like 7 days a week for you to have to go out there and do that stuff. And I know that put a lot of burden on you.
it's a lot of work, man. I'm telling you, it's anybody's in the racetrack business will tell you it's a lot of work. People think you go out there on Saturday morning and just throw some water on it and we're going race and roll it in, and it's nowhere near that. When I was doing it, me and my daddy and Ricky, we would go out there Wednesday night, start grading and watering it and working it. It's just a lot of work, man. And I had some help too. You know, every once in a while, Ron Hill would come help me when he wasn't working. He stays busy. He would come help us too. And he taught me a lot about the racetrack dirt part of it. But it's a lot, man, promoting and doing that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's hard in the racetrack business right now. That's why me and the wife, Pam, we just decided we couldn't do it no more. It's a hard thing to do, man. And I give prompts to people that's still doing it every week.
What's the biggest challenge in that?
The work, and you meet a lot of great people throughout the racetrack business and all, but you also lose some friends too, because sometimes you got to go by the rules and people don't like that, just because we're friends, we still have to follow the rules. And one big thing about that people don't know about is the series. With fans, they want to come see these series run. And when the series are running, they come in, they get entry fee, and the track pays the person. That's pretty bad, but it's not, because you got to have series to come in for the fans to come in. And if you don't have the series, then the fans don't come. So it's kind of a back and forth thing. So we kind of need each other on both ends of it. That's the hardest thing, and you work all week, and and then at the end of the week, if you don't have sponsors to help you out, it's hard to make any money, and it is a business and you want to make money so you can keep a track for people to come race at.
How hard was it for you to just say, that's it, I'm done? Because I know you've been there a couple of years. I mean, a few years doing this. How hard was it on you to say, okay, I'm done, I can't do this anymore?
Yeah, we would have 6 years. We bought it in 2019, and I gave it up last year. And then I just, it's a lot of work, and I got a welding business, and that's steadily growing. And it was just getting hard to try to do that and do torque racing and do all my stuff. And we were losing money, and we tried every option in the book. And you'd have good nights and you have bad nights, but I just come home and told Pam, I said, I can't do it no more. I said, I'm tired of trying to work 30, 40, 50 hours a week out there, and you're steadily chasing behind, trying to get caught up with it. And it's just hard, man. And, I just told her, I said, I'm going to be done with it. We're going to set a racetrack. We didn't let nobody know, because you know how a room will start.
Yeah.
We just kept it to ourselves. It won't but a minimum of people, like 3 people that knew. We didn't even tell the track officials. I felt bad about it. But if you tell one person, it got spread, and we did it the way we wanted to do it. We run that last race on September 14th, and we just posted on Facebook. All the deal was already done. The guy out of Lewisburg had already decided that he wanted to get it. I'm not sure what he's going to do with the track. I've heard a couple rumors that I was going to lease it out. I said, no, I'm done with the racetrack business, man. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sell a racetrack and then lease it. I said, it's just, it's not nothing I'm interested in doing no more, So
It's really a shame, because that racetrack, and you put a lot of work into that racetrack. And the times I was there, it's a great racetrack. It's hard to see it stop and everything, but if you in the position it's in and not making any money like you were experiencing, there's nothing more you can do. But just that's it.
It is, man. It's hard, and yeah, and then you got so much other tracks that people want to run at, and you're trying to work between. Everybody's trying to work together because everybody in the racetrack business wants to have a good night. And it's like I said before, it is a business, and if you don't make money in no business, you're not gonna stay. Keep working and going. So you got to make money at it. But yeah, it was just. I knew it was a lot of people that I hung out with at the racetrack, and I seen all the time, and friends that I had. I don't see them as much no more, and that's I see them some when I'm racing, but not like I did when I was at the racetrack.
Well, let's talk about your racing now. I mean, you're racing down at Dixieland and everything. That's got to be a good little haul for you over to Dixieland to do the racing over there.
Yeah, I was running Fabway at the beginning of the year. I bought an open wheel modified from Chris Arnold, and I just couldn't fit in it, man. I wasn't comfortable in it, so I sold that, and I bought a new cruiser car, and it got tore up pretty bad at Fabway, that big money race. Actually, I had to clip it, and I've been helping Sean down there at Dixieland, man. He's a great guy, really nice. I mean, he's actually built them some scales, and I've kind of helped a little bit sponsor them, and started running down there, and I started liking it. And the biggest thing I like about it is Friday nights. You can go racing. You come home Friday night, and you still got your whole weekend to do whatever you want to do. And when you got stuff to do at the house and stuff, man, it's a lot nicer. I'm still going to run them down the East Coast some. We've run a couple times. We had the points lead till Friday night, but went to a concert, so I can race anytime. I can't go see Chris Stapleton anytime. So.
That's true. That's true. So, who all's helping you with your car and everything this year to keep you going?
Start with most of the work I do myself, but some of my sponsors is my business, Wells Mechanical. I've always got my daddy by my side on this race car, Rusty and Sons Alignment. Running a crate motor, but Michael Rouse Racing Engines has been helping us this year with getting the right carburetor and getting everything in tune. Magnum Lawn Care, FX suspension, man. Waycross, I'm telling you, he's the man. He can make your car have a whole different attitude and just way everything performs. B&B Custom Welding, he's helped us with some stuff this year. Frank's Frame Repair. It's just a bunch of people that's helped us. VP Racing Fuels, Ethan up there in South Hill. It's a lot of different stuff, different people that's helped us throughout the way. It's hard to do it when you ain't got no help, and I'm gonna tell you, I've had some good help. They're a little bit older people, so they got the knowledge to help me.
Mm-hmm. So it works out good for you. I mean, you're having fun and not having to worry about the racetrack itself.
I know I told Pam before I got on, I said I feel kind of different because usually when I do these lives and stuff, it's for the racetrack, trying to promote it, and that's about, just having fun talking to Jack. So.
That's right. Well, we appreciate that. And let me tell you, you said you might run some more races. Are you going to plan on running anywhere else other than Dixieland?
Yeah, we're gonna shoot for Fayetteville in the next month or so. We're gonna shoot there. I want to travel up and down and run some big races. We'll do Charlotte at the end of the year. Charlotte's always fun. It's a long drug out process, but it's a fun to spend time with your racing buddies and family and stuff. I want to try a bunch of different tracks. Last year I went to Natural Bridge, and that is a really fun track. For the first time I showed up late, had to start in the rear, and done pretty good. But I still got my fuel stock. I never know what I'll do with that car. It's been great to me, man. I'm rebuilt it about 2 years ago. I've run it 5 times, and I've won 3 with it, a second. So I got a bunch of different options as far as the racing.
Well, Mike, I hope we get to see you down at Dixieland sometime this year, and hope everything keeps going. And I know you got a little peace of mind now. You look like you got a half smile on your face a lot now, so that's a little different.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun of being there, knowing I ain't got to go every other week and go out there and spend all that time in the hot and water truck and motor grade. Man, it's a lot of work. People don't realize behind the scenes of how much work it is into getting a racetrack prepped and then keeping it together. Me and my dad and Ron, we had a system, man. I'm telling you, finally got the track dialed in where it wouldn't come apart and it stayed wet and stayed in good shape. So that takes a lot of years of practice and effort to be able to get that, you know.
Well, I tell you what, it's gonna, I miss it down there, but hopefully we'll see you at Dixieland. So, Mike, we appreciate you being with us. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, man. Talk to you later. Have a good night.
All right, man. Oh, I didn't have to do that. Thank you. Yeah, he had his hands full down there, no doubt about it. I watched.
It's a lot of work.
Last week we had
especially.
Buddy Isles Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember he was there for a while.
Buddy Isles Sr. ran it and everything, and then that was. I went down there a couple times with him, and Joe Huss was there at the times I went down there. So
That's right.
So it was really cool. But yeah, I miss seeing them down there. I miss doing it. But maybe we can run into Mike Wells. You're doing Dixieland song, so.
Didn't see him on Friday, but he said he was doing part-time. So
Oh yeah, he went to a Chris Stapleton concert.
that's a good reason.
Yeah, he decided he didn't.
We'll give him a pass for that.
He didn't need to race.
But yeah, they've got 2 wins already, I think, this year.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
And just lost his points lead, like he said, so they've had a great year.
So. All right, let's get Mr. Champion of the Cars Tour on here. But I think I'm gonna make sure I don't get what's his name on here again.
Just go ahead and delete that one.
Hi, I'm Lenny the Tickie from PRN at the Track, and you're watching Jack Dodson's Racing Insider with Scott Allen and Adam Wellbrook.
And
Cars Tour winner.
got the big Cars Tour race. Come on, bud, put a smile on your face now. We
You got permanent smile.
Common collected, man.
So tell us about that big win you got, man. That was huge.
Yeah, man, that was a big deal. It was a big deal for me and my family and the Sellers guys. It was a big deal for everybody. So it was a good night for sure.
When during the end of the race, what part, 20 laps to go, 30 laps, 50 laps to go, did you think you had a shot?
I knew we had a good car, the whole race. We were just biding our time, but I'd say with probably 40 to go, I knew we were really good. Then we got around Connor there, and I knew that, if I did my job, that we were going to be good. So had a really good car. The Sellers guys, they gave me a great car, and it all worked out.
How long did you ride for? Were you just saving a lot? Because it seemed like the 29 and Connor there, I think they maybe set too fast of a pace in the beginning and just kind of maybe didn't have enough there at the end. We know the 29 had some motor issues, but.
Yeah, I rode for a good bit. I rode for about as long as I thought I needed to. And I honestly was going to ride a little longer. And my guys, they were like, look, it's time to go. We can't ride a whole lot more. So. Because I was going to ride a little. But, yeah, I knew we had a good car and we were riding around just biding our time. So, like I said, when the time came, it was time to go.
How much do you, when you're out there racing like that and trying to bide your time as much as you can, how much are you aware of tire wear and everything? Are you concerned with that as you're going along, and are you feeling anything? Do you have that in your mind?
Yeah, you can feel it for sure. You can feel when the tires are starting to fall off for sure, and it's hard to ride around. When everybody's trying to race, and you're racing on a big stage like the tour and all, and but I feel like we've done pretty well at tire conserving and like races past. So I think we proved that we could do it. So yeah, it's a tough deal to do.
All right, what's your schedule going to be like now? You going to Dominion with the Cars Tour too?
Yep, right? we're going to Dominion, and we're gonna run the rest of the tour races. The goal this year was to run the full year. So we're gonna run the rest of them for sure.
How cool was it to to come to Victory Lane. And, I mean, this is your family's car. This is your family business, right? This is a big deal for you and your family, your dad. Y'all build race cars together. How cool was it come to Victory Lane and like see your family, your girlfriend, your mom? Was your grandparents here?
They were there. They were just in the stands.
Okay. I
Yep.
seen your mom go over to talk to somebody. I'm like, I think it's her parents.
Yeah. No, it was a huge deal, to do it at like what I call home, home track.
Mhm.
And to have everybody there, and it was just a huge deal, like, to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I probably can't top it, but we're gonna try. So
I mean, to have your first late model win and then do it at a car store where, most people that win in that are this is what they, and not that y'all don't do this for a living, you do, but that's something that's all these guys do, right? I mean, I don't know, it's just a much bigger stage for them, or a tougher process for a small team like you guys to compete against.
yeah, it's a huge scale to go race against those guys week in and like week out. It shows you how big the stage is, you know what I'm saying? But to be able to run with them and beat them and win, and to do that stuff is huge for teams like us. And I think it like goes to show that small teams still can win. It's just you got to put it all together, and that's what it's all about, really.
So are you excited about getting back to Langley now that you won a race here and everything, get back here and win some more races here with the regular guys here at Langley Speedway?
Yeah, of course. So I'm always excited to come to Langley and race. It's my favorite track. It's home, and it's a good time all the time.
Chase, I gotta ask it. So, how much input do you have in the car? Do you let your dad, and I know your little brother is involved, or do y'all collectively talk about changes that need to be made or what you need in the car, or do you let those guys do it?
No, it's a team effort. I'm saying my job is to tell them what I feel, and their job is to tell me what they see, and we go from there. We win as a team and like lose as a team. So it's like we're all in it together.
Now, how many text messages and phone calls did you get Saturday?
I don't know. I didn't count. It was a lot. It was cool to see everybody watching and stuff like that. I mean, it was a cool deal, and it was a lot. I didn't count them, but it was a good amount.
What time was the party over?
I think we got home at like 3. Yeah.
Well, that actually wasn't that bad.
Nah, we were in tech for a long time. I don't think we left the racetrack till like 1, and when we got something to eat, and got on home. So
Chase, man, it's way cool. I remember you as a little chunky kid, running arena racing, and I think we all were impressed when you first got in the car, especially when you ran in the adult class. Like, damn, the little kid can drive, and to see you now winning races is pretty cool. I've always loved getting along with your dad because we're both a little crazy. I love how he likes to stir stuff up. It just goes along with me, and so I've always enjoyed you guys, and man, congratulations. It's great to see, and I don't think anybody was sad to see it happen, man.
I appreciate it. It was for sure a good deal for everybody, especially for the Sellers guys and like Adam Medic and AH Race Cars. Just the whole deal. It was good for everybody. So.
And now the door is open, so now you got to keep flooding it. You got to keep flooding it now. You got the door open now. So
yeah, we can't stop now.
Got to get some more.
That's right.
Got to keep going.
Do you think that the dirt racing that you did in the beginning helped you in the asphalt side of it?
For sure. Yeah, I think so. the dirt stuff is so much throttle control, and you got to adapt so fast to the racetrack, and you don't get any practice. So I think it will help a ton with car control and being able to adapt fast. Like the rain the other night, kind of threw a curveball, and being able to adapt to that was, what I'm saying, a big deal. So for sure, it helps a lot, and glad I did it for sure.
When Billy Hubbard says that you're the guy, he's a big Chase fan, and a couple years ago when he praised you, and when that comes, when it comes from Billy Hubbard, that means something, right? Billy's got a ton of experience, he's got a ton of wins, and when he asks you to drive this stuff when he's not running, that's got to be a huge honor. I just can't imagine that, to be honest.
Yeah, it is for sure. And you know what I'm saying, I sold all my dirt stuff, so being able to come back and run his stuff, I'm saying, here and there is so fun. I love dirt racing, and for those guys that let me do it, it's an awesome deal.
And it's good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, Chase, we appreciate you being with us tonight, man. Congratulations. It was a big win. We were proud of you, man. It was really, really good to see you get that win. And let's get back here to Langley and win some more.
I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, man. And, oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, I think you really did know, but you also, after that, you got driver of the week. So
that's a bigger deal than the
that's when we get our hats and stuff, we're gonna send you a driver of the week hat, and we're gonna get you a certificate and everything where you driver of the week. That's worth more.
You put that over top of the trophy.
Yeah, that's worth more than all that car stuff you got. So just remember that.
Don't pay anything, but it's got mine and Jack's autograph on it, so it's worth twice the money.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
All right.
What a big deal, though.
Truly huge deal.
Yeah. Not only for a young guy that, to win at the Cars Tour, but also, think about his family business. They build race cars. That's not totally everything that they do, but that's what they love. That's what they're passionate about, and that's what they love to do.
And the first time you went on a late model race, you went it in the Cars Tour.
Yeah.
That's your home track.
Yeah.
Right.
You've been close here.
Which is even great to entice people that do run at a short track that the Cars Tour go to, that, hey, run the Cars Tour because it's your race. You have a shot. You can win.
Yeah.
Riley
there's too.
Right.
Yeah. All our guys
I think we're very blessed the other week that a lot of our local guys represented Langley Speedway. Matt sitting on the pole. Riley had a really good run, qualified well. Obviously, Chase won the race. Although there was a few times there's cautions there at the end. I thought we're going to get him. I thought, was it the 15 or the 14 there at the end?
14, yeah.
Fryer, yeah. I certainly thought, especially when he put him 3 wide down there. I did ask Chase afterwards. He's like, man, I just stabbed the gas, and I didn't think it was going to turn. It turned and went, and and that's all kind of all of the breather he needed. And man, I don't think there was a sad person anyway.
No, I don't think so either. All right, well, that's our show for tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Please like and share our show. Next week, we're going to have Louis Pasteretz Sr. here. Had the big win this past weekend at the race here. Also, he was the driver of the week for this past week. So,
can't imagine what that's like, right? You win a race that's dedicated to your son.
And
I can't imagine losing a child anyway.
Yeah.
And winning that race like he did, and he races one time, maybe one time a year.
Yeah, they were quick, man.
And come out here. I don't know where the truck came from, or I didn't ever hear where the truck came from.
Well, it's the same one he ran.
He's been running it last year. Yeah, he ran well last year, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. He almost won the first one, but he was in, the 8 truck at the time.
Yeah.
It became real close. I forget what happened there at the end. Something happened or whatever, but how cool. You can't write it better than that. And I don't think, another one, I think everybody was really happy to see, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it was a good.
It wasn't a
I think people
drive.
were happy to see Riley, win, come break through and maturing as a driver, and Louis to win his. That's just, I can't imagine the emotions. You're thrilled that you won, but you're not happy that you have to do this
But
because your son's race.
He had to sit in that car with that truck after the race was over with for a few minutes. I'm sure. I don't know. I wasn't with him down there, so I don't know. But I'm sure a lot of that went through his mind while he was sitting there for a few minutes. This is unbelievable. I finally,
Yeah.
I mean, that's more than that. When he come out and hugged that hood, that was it for me. I said, that's unbelievable. He come here and win one race. That's the one.
That's the one. I wonder if he'll come back.
Oh, I'm sure he'll come back.
Maybe.
As long as we do a tribute to.
I can't imagine that would ever stop.
Oh no.
So
I just can't see.
They do the Commanders Cup every year, and it's named after Louis. So
I think that and you have to do that, and as long as that's going on, he'll be here. I'm almost positive he'll be here. And that's it.
And one thing we didn't talk about, and talking about some of the news, Dodge is coming back. And I understand there's another manufacturer that may announce.
I understand they've already had test sessions.
Dodge?
No, the other manufacturer that's maybe coming
Have you heard who it is?
No, not that directly, no.
I mean, I heard some rumblings of Honda, but I just don't see Honda. I mean, Honda doesn't have a V8. You're talking about maybe trying to do a turbocharged V6. I just don't think. I think that just screws the system up. They can't take that to Cup, right? The trucks are easy because everybody runs the same Biltmore motor, which I think that'll give Dodge some time. But they're talking about going to Cup fairly quick, and we're talking about 2027 going to Cup, or 2028. I think it was 2 years, or at least that's what they sort of hope is. And some of that. I was told, and I can't remember who it is, who's going to be driving the Dodge. I think they're going to have 3 teams.
The trucks?
Or 3 trucks, or 4 trucks.
Cletus McFarland's one of them.
Is he?
Yep.
Supposedly.
I forget who's.
Because Michael Waltrip let that out of the bag the other day on the truck race.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he let it out of the bag. And everybody said, well, I don't think, that was supposed to be brought out until after they had the press conference.
But they haven't released who's going to be driving, and this kind of opens up to the Cup Series, right? If they're going to go Cup racing, who's running and knocking on the door?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a
where are they going to run, man? We'll have to wait and see what they run.
Well, I mean, look, with factory support comes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right, and money buys speed, and that's just the bottom line.
Yep.
So if they, I mean, the car is already going to be close because the cars are all the same. They have a template. They have to be within this downforce and this drag number, right? So the car is going to be fairly close. It's not like the old days when you had to design a car and it was just way out to lunch, and then you had to tweak it and figure something out to get it closer to everybody else. It's going to come out of the gate and it's going to be close because everything else is the same. Which the chassis stuff was sort of similar before, but the bodies were big. They don't have that now. So I think it's going to be a shorter learning curve to get there. But my curiosity is who's going to run. Of course, they're going to have to hold that close to their chest. Like to me, like a Spire would be somebody, they're third tier GM stuff. Childress, I don't ever see Childress leaving GM, but they're not the top tier, getting information and monies where you could go to Dodge and be their top guy.
So what do you do if you're Denny Hamlin? What do you do?
Well, I think Denny Hamlin stuck to Toyota. I don't see that. I mean, that's a whole nother story. Are they going to have a fucking race team? I mean, let's.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I think they will.
With the thing,
I don't know. This one's not looking good. I mean,
they did a thing. The other day where I think it's 3 drivers, 3 Toyota drivers from over there at 2311, the 3 drivers. I think every one of them has a clause saying
they have to be
in a chartered car or chartered vehicle.
I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure there's. I mean, we're going to know in another week or two because the injunction or the next whatever is going to be heard or whatever.
Can you imagine what's going to happen if all that happens? All that comes out. Now, the big rumor I heard, and I heard this from a good friend, and you know him, he and I thought that Riley Herbst may be out at 2311 this year.
Hasn't done a whole lot, to be honest.
Yeah, he may be out. A lot of
And the
talk,
other two cars are running pretty well.
the real talk is Hamlin's going to take that car because Corey Heim is going to go in to the other car. That's what they're saying. He said that's what everybody's talking about. So
Who
Corey
else we
Heim,
got over against? You got Denny.
Ty, Chris,
What?
and
I mean, Bell ain't going nowhere. I think Bell's the guy right now.
yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Who's the other one? Because I heard he might be out, and that's where. And it still might be a little early for Corey, but Corey is hot right now.
oh Chase just went over there.
Oh,
Chase
yeah.
Briscoe.
No, I don't think Chasing.
Chase Briscoe's not going to go anywhere. I don't think Bell's going to go anywhere.
No.
And you know Ty's not going anywhere because his name is Gibbs. So
Well,
who's that leave?
Well, I agree, and then I mean, I don't know what.
Same book they were a couple years ago.
Well, I don't. Does Denny's deal run out in this year? I
Yeah.
think it does.
It
right?
does run out the end of this year.
So I know they had to have him, whether they had a sponsor for this year or not. And then with Toyota, with FedEx gone, that leaves a big void. It's almost like the Kyle Busch situation, right?
Exactly.
The money is not like it was, so therefore they can't pay them what they're used
Well,
to.
it's right over again. It's the same thing. Kyle Busch lost his sponsor, and
I mean, and you would typically think, right? Like he's winning too many races. He's running too well for them to let him go. They let Kyle Busch go.
yeah. So
And who would have thought that?
and Denny Hamlin has his own team now, his own organization over there. And what is it? Everybody I've ever heard, Darrell Waltrip, Ricky Rudd, all of them have said the cool thing is to have your own team and win a race or drive for your own team. He said that's when you're getting there. But it's not something that's going to make a lot of money for you.
No, and I think that's the other thing. And I mean, I think there's something to be said to drive for somebody else that can make decisions from the outside and say, this is how we need to do things. Sometimes when you're in that bubble, driving for yourself, sometimes the decisions you make sometimes are not the right ones.
Yeah. So
right.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's some stuff going on, and I understand that there's.
I kind of heard that
talks are
the
going
possibilities.
Talks are going on. There was one time they said, well, Corey Heim will go to 2311. Well, I understand that's out the box completely now. That's not even.
Well, that's kind of what I heard, that Wichita was out, and that's where Corey Heim was going.
But they say that's out the deal now. That they.
But then again, this injunction, I mean, this is a.
You know, in a couple weeks, all 6 of them teams
could be
non-chartered teams, be open teams, and that's gonna be that's gonna be big. I mean, because the money situation is gonna be tough.
I mean, I don't know how much money that Denny has spent out of his own pocket. I mean, obviously he's a minor owner over there. I mean, he's still invested, right? How much, I don't know. I have not a clue. But
he better.
But what Michael Jordan has spent or is spending is massive.
Denny better.
I mean, look at the building alone that they've built. The charters that they just spent what, $20 or $30 million on
a piece.
Well, they bought one, and the other team bought one. So I mean, you got 3 charters that are worth in the neighborhood of $100 million altogether. Each team.
You just front row's got 3 teams.
Well,
all 3 of them are gone. Will be gone if that happens. They would be without a charter, and all the 2311, all of them are going to be gone.
Now, I would imagine, and this is just me trying to use some common sense, that okay, they lose this and they go to an open team. That could still be temporary because they didn't sign the charter agreement, right? And that's the only reason then the judge allowed them to continue as a charter agreement. And they could win the big lawsuit and then it could be all over, right? And then it could be in a good place. But still in between there's millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars, that's maybe not hundreds of millions of dollars, but a good millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars that you're going to make less because of being an open team.
And Denny's already said, we'll see you all in December. And then you all will know what the deal is. So
it's a gamble.
They're taking a shot to see what's going to happen in December. So I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see.
I'm not a huge Hamlin fan. In the Ohio, that pissed me off when he did that.
I think he does it just to get
people
out.
It's like you hear what Cobbler said? He's walking by one of the announcers and he said, listen to him out there stirring these damn people up.
Well, he used to do the same thing.
So,
And you know, I mean, if you watch like the Earnhardt documentary, as long as they're talking about you, and what a great, I think that was a great series to show a different side of Dale Sr. Right?
yes, it really was. I mean, there was things in there that I didn't have a clue about him. I mean, everybody said things, but I mean, you don't know that. That was a huge documentary. I loved every minute of that.
It was great. You know, in some ways, I say that I feel bad for Dale Jr., but then I don't, because, you know, and I think obviously, I think he would have probably been a champion if his dad would have still been around. Because I think that's what really drove him to drive race cars. And I don't blame him, right? I would have probably done the same thing. But I can relate to your father not giving you, saying he loves you, or not being around a whole lot. I went through the same thing through my personal life. But we've all had those, right? Nobody has a perfect relationship with their parents or vice versa kind of thing. And I've got all the attention or whatever the case may be. But he's no different than us.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. And he got a new documentary coming out this week.
What's up?
The one about when
the F1 stuff?
No, this is not. This is about Hendrick
Garage
Motorsports.
56.
Yeah, Garage 56 doing that Le Mans. When they went.
Well, that's on
Prime.
Netflix. Is it on Prime too?
It's on Prime.
Okay.
And they were talking about it today when we were coming down here.
Well, you know, that's what they were doing when we talked to Jeff. We didn't talk to Jeff. We were in the media center and he was doing the thing there. The Prime, you know, cameras were following him around and stuff, which was, I didn't realize that was going on.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that stuff. And you've seen them in the haulers and over by their cars and talking about different things. I seen a little bit of talk on the whole France of you know, the car they wanted Spire to run a car.
Yeah.
I don't know what the truth is. I mean, it sounded in the beginning when everybody like that's wrong, that they just wanted they were going to have a team. Now they could have changed their tone later. It sounds like they just had a driver and they had a sponsor. They wanted to sponsor him and they wanted Spire to put it together.
Yeah,
so I don't know what the truth is, but I don't think I think just giving some money from a sponsor would have been fine. But I think getting a team or starting a team, because that's what the impression I had, I don't think is a good look for NASCAR.
Well, I tell you, I've enjoyed the Prime.
Man, what a great coverage, right?
They do great coverage on that. I've enjoyed.
It's like old school.
And I went back and looked, you know, they got their racing shows and racing things they've got on there, and I went and watched Blink of an Eye.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that. I had never seen that before.
Yeah, you have.
I had.
Yeah, remember we got the link to watch it before it even hit the theaters? Remember it was given to us by our late Al Pierce?
That's right. Okay, yeah. Exactly right. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
there was before it ever.
I was thinking I had never seen it before. I had seen it before.
Yeah, we got it. We were fortunate enough to get a link to watch it for us to get some feedback of what we thought of it before. I mean, 6 months or so before it even hit the theaters. That link, I don't know where that link is now, but I know it worked for a long time. That's a sad deal.
All right, everybody. We'll see you again next week. Please like and share our show. We'll be back. Come back and check out Louis Pastrick's seniors with us next week. Eddie Clark, I don't like your little picture you sent. Don't do that shit no more.
Don't do this.
And I'm already mad at my own self for bringing Robbie Parker on the show. I couldn't believe I did that. And then you talk. I like it when you called him a Robbie Morris.
I still don't know where I got that.
I wondered, like,
you'll hear.
I was trying to put that together in my head.
You'll hear about it. You'll hear about it.
I'll tell him it was your idea.
There you go. He'll believe it.
He'll believe that. He'll believe that in a heartbeat. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again next week.
See you at that. And there's one for the head check.